Out to left field. Left fielder in position. And that is the third out. So a good inning for the Monarchs after giving up those 5 runs in the first inning. Kind of got things a little calmed down here and got out of the inning with no damage.
Yeah, settled down a little bit, and you can tell though that sun out in left field, it's
going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And after 1.5 innings, 5-0 advantage for the Runnin' Rebels out of Stockton, California. Probably about time for me to put on my regular glasses here. It's getting a little darker there with this shadows.
Yeah, I had to take the sunglasses off to see a little bit better. One of the things I've always found interesting about the watching these tournaments, ASA or is the uniforms for all the teams. Some of the designs and the nicknames that they have, and I will definitely say this Runnin' Rebels team is they definitely have unique uniforms. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Not sure if she was going for a push bunt there or.
Sierra Harper leading things off for the OBS Monarchs. Swing and a miss. Two balls and 2 strikes. Monarchs trying to get something on the board here after giving up 5 in that first inning. Grounder out to shortstop, bobbled, and then thrown away. So a base runner for the Monarchs.
Coach is coming out to ask. I think he thought maybe the
number 30 Z
the runner turned in after going past first, which if she did.
And a runner will remain on first base. Z Outley, the next hitter.
Nice pitch there, breaks in and hits the corner of the plate.
Out to the shortstop, chance to get one. And not in time on the second runner, as Outley hustling down that first base line prevents the double play.
I'll tell you what, that was a good transition though. That was close. Very good play.
Batting next, number 16. Number 16, Haley Veskovich.
Haley Veskovich. With one out. Fouls it straight back. And swinging third strike for the second out.
The ball moving there. It's working that outside
next,
corner,
number
and it's
15,
effective.
Center fielder, Ray Russo.
Ray Russo, center fielder next.
That's a good softball name. Ray Russo.
Well, we had Alex Rodriguez in the last game, so it's hard to beat that one.
Yeah.
Unless you had maybe Babe Ruth or something.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. I kind of like the Ray name.
That is a good one.
Probably because I'm not a Yankees fan, but.
Down to third baseman, off the glove. Tough one to handle, and we've got runners on first and second. That took a wicked hop there.
It did.
Now batting number 21, Jasmine Hernandez.
Kind of looked like instead of moving over and getting position in front of the ball, she just kind of leaned out, and makes it a little bit harder when the balls take a hop like that if you're not in front of it.
Jasmine Hernandez wearing number 21 today. Foul ball. Runners head back to the base. 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Monarchs, trying to cut into that 5-run deficit.
Kind of a little bit of an interesting call right there, where you have 2 outs, runners on first and second, you're down by 5, and call for a bunt.
Throw back to first base, not in time. Three and 2 on Hernandez. High fly ball out to left field. Well, shortstop didn't travel quite as far as I thought it would. Shortstop able to reel it in. And so the Monarchs come up empty. But they did have 2 runners on base. There's that last fly ball. You can see the shadows creating some problems out there. After 2 complete innings, our score, the Runnin' Rebels Gold 5 and the OBS Monarchs nothing. At the 18A National Championships at Wallace Marine Park.
On that last play, the shortstop got a good jump on that one, and was able to make a good play, made it look easy. So, because that one honestly could have been trouble.
Glad you could join us on Capital Community Television. John Piper along with Kevin Wise. We're at Wallace Marine Park. And Kevin, you've been out here many times. It's a beautiful facility, and what an honor for Salem to be hosting this national championship.
It is. You know, the facility always looks nice, but you know, you can tell they put even more work into it. So, and it's turned into a beautiful night.
Alyssa Vessel leads things off for the Runnin' Rebels. Very pleasant right now. Again, a very small strike zone for a number of these hitters, but they are incredibly talented.
Boy, they are.
Takes a ball. 3 balls and no strikes.
Tell you what, the first 4 girls in this Runnin' Rebels lineup are all, it's almost like clones of each other. You know, got the same size.
Left-handers.
Athletic, quick.
Yeah.
Now batting number 1, shortstop, Nija Acosta.
Acosta steps in, right-handed batter. Takes a look at strike 1. Vessel down on first base after drawing a walk. Fly ball out to left field. And a nice catch near the fence there.
Looks like she almost misjudged that there for a minute. And hung up there long enough where she could get repositioned.
Charisma Ferguson.
Ball just kept going, but she had just enough room. There goes the runner down to second base, and will get an easily. Ball goes through to center field. Runner headed for third. And she's in at third base. I guess that's why they call them the Runnin' Rebels.
Yeah. That's the first time we've seen them steal so far this game.
Very good base running. Here she goes. Throws a little bit offline.
Yeah.
Bergerson hits the ball out of play. Runner on third base for the Runnin' Rebels with just 1 out. Fouled again. Oh, good hands there by the third base coach.
Boy.
Doesn't even have a glove on. He just scooped that right up.
Tell you what, I don't go after those balls down third base.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss and a strikeout. Nice job there by Haley Warren.
Now batting number 20, Lexi Fadrica.
Vavrika pops it up and hits the netting above our heads here.
Vavrika in the first inning hit the 3-run homer. So we know she has some power.
She's got some power. You got to be careful with her. Whoa! Right back at the screen here.
Even though you know
there's a screen there, but still.
You're still moving.
You're still moving. We've got our camera guy, Don, right next to us. He doesn't even move. I don't have his experience. Doesn't take much to get me to jump out of my seat.
No, me either.
There's another long drive. This one is foul, but she is not very big, but she's got good power.
Boy, she does. Good swing. I tell you, I'm calling pitches. I'm definitely, yeah, going to stay away from this young lady.
First base is open.
Yeah. Keep the ball low or stay away.
Yes, do not bring it right over the plate.
No, because she's going to make you pay.
And a walk, so runner down to first base. Wawrinka had that 3-run home run. Now Rojo, the pitcher, comes up. Still only 1 out. Well, 2 outs, rather.
That may not have been a bad idea to walk her. Last time up, Rojo's struck out, so.
Takes strike 1.
Now batting, number 23, pitcher, Gianna Rojo.
I think the coach is a little upset there. He called for a fake bunt and steal. Got it that time. Only bad thing is now as a hitter, you
get 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Runners on second, third. As Rojo takes ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5-run advantage for the running Rebels, trying to get a few more here. Foul ball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Rojo's got a couple of runners there for her. A couple of RBIs.
And that's going to drop in. That'll score 1. And the second runner stops at third base, so good job of hitting with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
And we've seen a number of times where they've just gotten the ball out to the outfield. This one just
Now batting number 7,
over the shortstop's head.
Yeah. Makes its way in there and adds another run.
Ramirez steps in with runners on second and third as the runner from first went down. Takes a look at it. Warren getting behind the hitters here. Comes in with a nice pitch.
Second and third again with 2 outs and another opportunity to put some more runs on the board.
Foul ball. The coach did not go after that one.
No. Have a full count and 2 outs.
Down to third base on 1 hop. Then the throw off the mark, and a run is going to score. And the runner advanced to third. So with 2 outs, the running Rebels doing a good job here, adding to that first inning total.
One of the things I noticed that kind of shocked me, the runner on third was kind of hanging out there at third. I don't think she realized there were 2 outs.
Pitcher has really no place to go, and that's one of those little squibbers that really the pitcher had no opportunity to get it out.
No. I'll tell you what, the hitter there, Herrera, wow, she was down the line in a hurry. Back at the top of the order again.
And chased down by the third baseman for the final out, but they came up with 2 more runs with 2 outs. Nice play over there on third base by Claire Fountain.
Yeah, it kind of looked like the Monarchs were going to get out of that with not a lot of damage, and then, you know, running Rebels tacked on a couple more runs.
There's Fountain chasing down that fly ball. As we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, our score, the running Rebels 7 and the Monarchs nothing. For the Monarchs, you're getting close to that 8-run mark we saw in our earlier ball game. Went 5 innings. So you want to try to, you got to get some points on the board. You got to respond. You're down by 7. And for one thing, you've got to give your offense a little confidence that they can get the job done.
Yeah. You know, the first 2 innings, you know, they've had a couple of runners, but, well, in each inning. But, you know, nobody's been past second base for them. So, you know, credit that to the Rebels pitching and defense. They've done a good job.
At bat, number 1, second base, Jessie Miranda.
Miranda, the leadoff hitter, will come to the plate again. Lays down the bunt. And, well, let's see, what's the call here?
I think if I heard the umpire right, it sounds like it went off of her foot. Called it a dead ball.
So we'll try it again. One ball, one strike. On Jessie Miranda, second baseman. Strike 2. Fouls off the pitch.
You know, the pitcher Rojo, like I was saying a minute ago, she's done a good job of working the ball in and out. She's not overpowering, but
down to third base, scooped up, and a long throw, successful.
she's making good pitches, and the defense was working behind her. That's what you need.
Good positioning, good throw, and a result, 1 out. De Leon steps in, takes ball 1. And ball 2. Ball 3.
Now batting number 17, Haley On.
Oh, that's the only thing I can think of is that wasn't a legal game ball.
Unusual.
Yeah.
Strike one. Strike two, we got a full count.
Got behind, but working her way back.
And ball four, so base runner for the OBS Monarchs.
Now batting number 6, Haley Warren.
Haley Warren, the pitcher, with one down here in the bottom of the third inning. That's going to drop, well, no. Center fielder got over there.
Oh, nice play.
And I thought that was going to be in the gap, but a nice play out in center field.
Runner on first thought it was going to drop too.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to stayed up there a little bit too long.
Yeah, she almost didn't get back in time.
Throw was off the mark, or might have had a double play.
Yeah.
Runner going down, and she is out.
Ooh.
So that inning goes rather quickly.
Boy, it did.
Monarchs end up being thrown out at second base.
Here's the replay. Boy, I don't know, John. I think her foot might have been in there.
Tough to tell.
Yeah.
But so after 3 complete innings, our score, the Runnin' Rebels 7 and the OBS Monarchs nothing.
I'll tell you though, I do have a lot of respect for these umpires. They, especially these guys that do tournament ball, they're out here working long days, you know, probably out here as much or more than the players are in the heat, and they're out here wearing pants, and that stuff's hot out there.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a bang game on some of these plays.
Yeah. I don't like to argue with them much because they're human.
Jada Vidal steps in. Takes strike one.
Number 2 hitter in the lineup for the Runnin' Rebels.
Catches the corner for strike 2. Right out to the pitcher for out number 2, or number 1.
Now batting number 5, Alyssa Bessel.
Bassell.
She's been on base and scored both times up. Single in the first inning and then a walk in the third.
2 quick strikes.
Like the pitcher Harper's kind of finding her groove a little bit more this inning.
Fouled off. Out to second base, one hopper.
It's play.
Gets the second out. Sometimes that ball bounces just the way you want it. Sometimes it doesn't.
It does, yeah. Tell you what, these tournaments are good though, because you see these young ladies that are playing it at a high level, and they're fun to watch.
Acosta, the shortstop, with 2 down, nobody on base.
She's the number 4 hitter in the lineup, and kind of a little bit different frame, I guess you would say, for a 4 hitter. She's a little smaller than your maybe typical number 4 hitter.
Three and 0. Three balls, 1 strike. Deja Acosta. Takes ball 4.
Now batting number 17, third base, Charisma Ferguson.
You gotta watch Acosta on first. She had a stolen base there in the first inning too, so.
Bergerson at the plate. Takes ball 1. Lights starting to come on here at Wallace Marine Park. Fouled off. 1-1 count. There's the steal attempt, and successful again as the throw a little bit off the mark. So in scoring position is Acosta. 2 outs. Bergerson at the plate. There's the throw.
I think you want to look too. Here we're in the top of the 4th, and the Rebels are at that 7-run mark. So if they push across 1 more and they're able to hold the Monarchs.
Swing and a miss. So a good job there by the Monarchs pitcher, Sierra Harper, to get out of that inning. So after 4.5 innings, or approaching the bottom of the 4th rather, 7-0 in favor of the running Rebels Gold.
Monarchs are coming up with their number 4 hitter. So getting into the meat of the order here for them.
Got a conference going on in the outfield here. Not sure. Wonder what they're talking about out there.
Yeah.
Normally you'd be warming up here, I think.
Might be talking about where they're going to dinner after the game.
After the ball game. Well, what a great opportunity for these young ladies play in the national championship tournament.
Yeah.
California, it's a couple of California teams. Not that far away, but still different locale. Get to spend a week in Salem, Oregon. How about that?
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Not a bad, no, not a bad thing. No, it's a beautiful
Yeah.
facility out here.
Yeah. No, you know, pace is definitely a little bit slower than where they're from, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good.
No, it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And they are still in the hunt for that national championship.
Yep, they are.
Right back to the pitcher. And a runner will leg it out. Claire Fountain. Rojo couldn't get a handle on it.
Looks like she's okay. Kind of always one of those that you worry, you know, when your pitcher gets hit, but thankfully it looks like no damage done there.
Sierra Harper steps in for the Monarchs with the runner on first base. Takes strike one. Nice bunt. It's going to stay fair. Runner gets off of second base, but gets back. And that was just a beautiful bunt. The ball just died and managed to stay right on the line there in fair territory. Nothing that the running Rebels could do. And there's the bunt.
Oh, yeah.
No chance.
Sometimes those you can tell they might take a roll and go foul, but boy, that one just got out there and died. Beautiful bunt.
Z Outley. Nobody out. Chance here for the Monarchs maybe to get some runs on the board. Down to third base. Force play and over to first base. The throw is off the mark. And the runners are going to advance to second and third. So potential double play turns into one out and an error.
Yeah.
And the runners advance.
Wild throw there.
Viskovich steps in for the Monarchs. Ground ball, it's going to get through. It's going to score one run. And the runner will hold up at third. And the hitter advances to second. So the Monarchs get their first runs here in the fourth inning. And Ray Russo comes to the plate. Take a look at that hit from Viskovich. Gets right through the middle.
Wow. Center fielder did a good job there of.
And a base hit. It's going to score one more run. So the Monarchs, the bats coming alive here in the fourth inning, and they've cut that margin.
Now batting number 21, left field, Jasmine Hernandez.
Hernandez comes up, and there's still only one out.
Runners on first and third with one out. It's like they're in pretty good shape.
Hernandez tries to bunt it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jasmine Hernandez.
Almost looked like a bit of a pitch out there. Trying to get a feel of what the runners were going to do.
There's a bunt, fielded, the tag out, and throw to the plate is too late, so another run. Looked like they might have had the runner off of second base there, but no throw, so.
Good bunt, got another run home.
There's the bunt and the tag, and then the throw off the mark coming home. Runner was there anyway. So 3 runs now for the Monarchs. Out to second base, tough play, and successful for the Runnin' Rebels defense. But 3 big runs for the Monarchs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and that's got to feel very good after struggling there in those first few innings and unable to get anything across the plate.
Yeah, getting those few back, that's definitely good for the mentality for the Monarchs, and you know, gets them right back in this game.
After 4 complete innings, our score, the Runnin' Rebels Gold 7 and the OBS Monarchs 3. Once again, you're watching the 18A National Championships bracket play at Wallace Marine Park in Salem, Oregon on Capital Community Television. Turned into a very nice evening out here, and the Monarchs showing some life in that 4th inning.
Now the Rebels have a chance to come back and see if they can put a few more on the board. Last inning was a pretty quick inning for them.
Sierra Harper in the circle for the Monarchs.
At bat, number 20, catcher, Lexi Vavrika.
Lexi Vavrika steps in, had that 3-run home run in the first inning. Nice play out there in left field. Number 21, Jasmine Hernandez, got a nice jump on that and reeled it in.
I'll tell you, if she doesn't get that jump, that's at least a double there.
Let's take a look at that play. Nice job.
Boy, that one got out there in a hurry, too.
Yes, that was that's what you call a solid hit.
Yes.
Gianna Rojo.
Rojo steps in. Looks at strike 1. Wind definitely picking up out here.
It is. Honestly, after the heat the last couple days, it feels pretty good.
Well, I talked with a couple from Stockton on the way out here, and said, you know, usually it isn't 100 degrees here in Salem.
Yeah.
You just happen to be here that 1 week of the year. Three balls, 2 strikes on Rojo. Grounder's going to get through the middle, and a base hit. Marissa Ramirez, there's that last hit by Rojo, finds its way out into center field.
Now batting number 7, left field, Marissa Ramirez.
That was a good at-bat by Rojo. Worked the count full. And
1 ball, 1 strike. Little pop-up out to the second baseman. Out number 2.
Now batting number 11, first base, Gabby Herrera.
Gabby Herrera steps in. And out to left field. Almost a problem out there. But Jasmine Hernandez comes up with a catch, so looked like fooled maybe a little bit by that one, but made the catch for that third out.
looked like it was going to hang up there and
Just kind of,
yeah, just dropped. Or what I meant to say, it looked like it was going to fly a little further, and it didn't. Yeah.
so the Monarchs with a nice inning there, and they picked up 3 the last time. Our score as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Runnin' Rebels Gold 7 and the OBS Monarchs 3. And the Monarchs have to feel a little bit better about this ball game after that 3-run inning in the 4th inning.
They do, and now they come back here, and we have 2, 3, and 4 hitter up, so that's good news for them. It's always nice when you know, you've got your lower part of your order producing some runs.
Rojo still in the circle. De Leon will lead it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Monarchs down by 4. Tries to lay down the bunt, fouls it off. We talked about the quickness on these two teams, and there's a good example. Trying to get on base with the bunt.
Yes.
Now batting number 17, shortstop, El De Leon.
Tell you what, if you can do that too, it definitely gets some momentum going in your dugout.
Two balls, one strike. Three and one now. Surprising call there.
Looked a little bit high.
Yeah, there's not much of a strike zone here.
No.
Out to second base, going to be a tough play. And gets her.
Oh boy. Yeah. Good play, but I'll tell you what, she gets down the line in a hurry, so Can't make any mistakes there.
Let's take a look at that one again. Little scoop. Just barely.
Yeah.
Strike one for Haley Warren. Nice pitch for strike two. Count remains 1-2 as Warren fouls off the pitch. And a base hit in the gap out of right center. Warren is going to take second base. And she will make it with a stand-up double. Nice job of hitting there by Haley Warren.
Now batting number 10.
It was,
first
and
baseman, Claire Fountain.
great job of being aggressive on the bases and taking that extra bag.
Claire Fountain steps in. Fountain unable to hold off on that one.
Went a little too far there.
One ball and two strikes. Fountain kind of jammed there, tried to fight that off.
Well, she has that ball that's just biting in on the hands, and as a hitter, it's hard to do anything with that.
Reaches out, it's going to drop into right field. And a runner advances to third base, but wisely stays there as the throw came in. And for the Monarchs, 3 big runs in that last inning. Off to a good start here.
Pitcher, number 23, Sierra Harper.
Sierra Harper, there's that last hit, just drops out into the, over the dirt and out into right field. Didn't hit it very hard, but the right spot.
Yeah. Looking at that on the replay, boy, the right fielder, she was lucky she got her glove on that ball because it looked like she was looking up at the runner and barely trapped it in there.
Harper with a swing and a miss on the first pitch. Not sure what that was. Kind of reached out with a bat there and fouled that off.
Almost a swinging bunt there.
Fountain down on first base. Ball gets away. Fountain is going to take second. And now we've got runners on second and third. And there's only one out. So Sierra Harper with an opportunity maybe to get 1 or 2 RBIs here and close that gap a little further.
Yeah.
1 ball and 2 strikes. That is going to be foul.
Tell you what, if that goes fair, that's trouble there.
3 balls and 2 strikes now. Harper working that count. 1 out, runners on second and third. A swing and a miss. And Rojo comes up with a big strikeout.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's a big one. When you have runners on second and third and only 1 out.
And looks like Harper kind of limping there. Not sure what happened.
Number 30, right field.
So we'll see if she comes out in the circle in the next inning.
Didn't see anything on that at bat, but
that's going to drop in. And a runner coming home. Ball bounces off the catcher and 2 runs score. And the runner going on to third base. And 2 runs for the Monarchs. And we've got ourselves a ball game.
boy, they are right back in it now, yeah.
And it was Z Outley who just kept on trucking around. There's that little blooper. And there were 2 outs, so the runners were running.
Yeah.
And watch this play at the plate here. Close play, ball bounces off the catcher. Runner is safe after a collision, and there, watch Outley coming around second base here. She just keeps on trucking. And she is on third base.
I'll tell you what, that was so smart because, you know, you look at the defense down here and, you know, they're worried about stopping these runners and, you know, and then the ball's bouncing around and Howley's just, yeah, trucking around the bases. That was a great job.
Viskovich with 2 outs now. Out to right field. Right fielder should have plenty of time to get it, and she does, but 2 more runs for the Monarchs here, and they have cut that lead in half. And again, not hitting it very hard. Here's that last fly out to right field. But you hit it in the right spot, and then with the 2 outs and the runners advancing on the crack of the bat.
Yeah.
So after 5 complete innings, our score, the Runnin' Rebels Gold 7 and the OBS Monarchs 5. And closer ball game than we thought. And for the Monarchs, again, that gives you just a little bit more confidence. You want to get out in the field. You want to have a quick inning. You want to get back to bat.
Yeah.
For the Runnin' Rebels now, how are they going to respond? They had that 7-point margin. Now it's down to just 2.
I think that's something. This is a big inning for them. They need to come back out and get some momentum going because the last 2 innings, they've been pretty silent. They've only had 1 runner on each of the last 2 innings, and like I said, they need to get another run or 2 up there, get a little more cushion.
Harper is in the circle again, so
Now
apparently
batting
okay.
number 6, second baseman.
I'll tell you, sometimes with these pitchers, even when they're not at 100%, they're going to go out there and fight through it.
Aiello leads things off for the Runnin' Rebels Gold. Out to left field, played perfectly, and the first out. Good positioning out there for Jasmine Hernandez. Has had a number of balls out her way in this ball game.
She has.
That's probably one of the easier ones.
One thing I will say with the Monarchs, it seems like after that first inning or 2, they've kind of switched their defense around a little. They have a little bit better positioning now.
Vidal with 1 down.
A little bit high on that pitch. But this is another one of those girls on the Rebels that, you know, strike zone's a little bit smaller there.
ball 4.
Now batting number 30, right fielder, Jade Vidal.
Force out at second base. Hopefully she's okay. That's a tough slide.
Yeah, it was.
Now batting
And Acosta comes up to bat with 2 outs. Throw down to second base. Goes out into center field, and she's going to third base. Throw off the mark, and she is into third base.
Boy,
Amazing.
she just got up running. I'm not sure I would have went on that one, but it worked.
Well, I think the fielder was so surprised she bounced it over there to third base.
Yeah,
And the third baseman was not even on the bag, but had to catch that throw. So now you've got 2 outs and a runner on third base. And Acosta.
and I think honestly, when you look back to that steal, you know, the catcher's throw was a little bit off the mark, and I think had it been on the mark, might have got her a second.
Bouncer over to first base. First baseman takes care of it. And good inning for the Monarchs, even with that steal.
Yeah. Like I said, the last 2 innings, they're actually 3 now, with including that inning. They've just really settled down and are playing good softball.
As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, our score remains the Runnin' Rebels Gold 7 and the OBS Monarchs 5. Once again, you're watching the 18A National Championships from Wallace Marine Park in Salem, Oregon on Capital Community Television. John Piper along with Kevin Wise, the rest of our CCTV crew. Long day out here, but it has been fun. Seen some outstanding play.
Some very good teams. Honestly, I'm glad that the Monarchs team has come back and made a game of this, because, you know, through the first 2 or 3 innings, it didn't look so good.
Did not look promising, did it?
No.
Well, that's
nice.
yeah.
I mean, I like to see that. I mean, even if they do end up losing, it's nice to see the fight.
Ray Russo will lead things off in the 6th inning. Drive out in the gap, and that's going to be a single to start things off. And we'll bring up Jasmine Hernandez. Took that first pitch, sent it out into center field.
Ray Russo, favorite name of the tournament so far.
We may have a pitching change here.
Might not be a bad idea, because it seems like the Monarchs are starting to get to Rojo a little bit.
For 11, and she's pitching.
like they switched pitchers, but then they took out,
I think Herrera came out.
yeah, they took out the first baseman, so my assumption is that Rojo will go to first.
And not sure who the pitcher is, since the Runnin' Rebels didn't include any numbers in the roster they sent in. Kevin's going to figure it out.
Let's see if I can find this here. It looks like Emily Shutaish.
Bunt is going to be advancing the runner to second base. Nicely done, though. So we think it's Emily, and we're not quite sure about the pronunciation. Shatish. Emily Shatish is the pitcher. And our apologies if we mispronounced that. Runner on second base, strike one. Jesse Miranda. Runner going down to third base. Ooh, and a collision. She is out.
Boy, that was quite the play there. Holy cow. Thankfully, nobody was injured on that one.
Acosta, I think, made that play. Let's see it again here.
Oh, wow.
Looks like she's okay.
That was a great
the
play.
shortstop made the play.
Yeah.
As the third baseman was in right back to the pitcher. And that takes care of the Monarchs, so tough situation for the Monarchs there, getting thrown out at third base and then grounding back to the pitcher.
You know, it's kind of one of those things where Russo gets up, has that nice hit out between left and center, and then, you know, switch the pitcher, and geez, they kind of lost the momentum there a little bit.
So after 6 complete innings, our score, the Runnin' Rebels Gold 7 and the OBS Monarchs 5. Sierra Harper in the circle for the Monarchs again. And for the Runnin' Rebels, that pitching change, good decision, getting them out of the inning.
Yeah. Makes the coach look pretty smart right there.
Now for the Monarchs, obviously you need to have that quick inning, and then you've got 3 more outs to try to get a victory here. You're the home team, so you'll have the last at bat.
Yeah. Burgess, the hitter,
Now batting, number 17,
is
Brisna Ferguson.
number 5 hitter, but just kind of had a rough night. Flied out to first and then 2 strikeouts.
Ball 1. Foul ball, strike 1, evens the count. Out to the shortstop, slow roller, and getting the runner at first base. De Leon with the play. So one
Now
down.
batting number 20, catcher, Lexi Fabrica.
Ball not hit that hard, but a nice throw. Right on the money.
Yeah.
Marika steps in, the catcher. Boy, being a catcher is a tough job, isn't it?
Oh boy.
Especially at a tournament situation. Don't know if they have a backup, but
Well, I would hope so. She took a pretty hard hit that last inning, where that girl slid into home.
Right.
And,
pops out to second base, so 2 down, and exactly what the Monarchs wanted to see here. Quick inning if they can get this third batter.
Number 23, first base, Gianna Rojo.
Rojo did move over to first base, so she'll bat here after starting the game in the circle.
she's had a pretty good night at the plate, a couple of singles.
Right back to the pitcher. Good play there. And the third out as the Monarchs get exactly what they wanted. 1-2-3 inning. And Sierra Harper with a very nice play there, fielding her position in the circle.
Yes. She's done a good job all night. You know, maybe a little bit shaky there that first inning, but done a really good job, you know, since then.
So as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, it's still 7-5 with the running Rebels on top. Rebels out of Stockton, California, taking on the OBS Monarchs out of Oakdale, California. Not sure where Oakdale is, but a couple of California teams going at it here in bracket play. And boy, we've got a beautiful sky out here.
It's, once again, it's turned into a beautiful night, nice breeze out here, and just cooled off nicely.
We deserve it after some hot days.
And, you know, what makes it even better, being able to watch some good softball.
Yeah, these teams have performed well.
They have just, you know, there's been some really good defense and pitching, and been fun to watch.
Now for the Monarchs, obviously, base runners, you got to have them. And you have to also be a little bit careful not to run yourself right out of this ball game. Need to be aggressive, but use some good judgment because you've only got those 3 outs to go.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't want to run into an out right here. And the good thing for the Monarchs, they're coming up with their number 2 hitter in the lineup. So
De Leon takes strike 1.
Number 17, De Leon.
One ball, 1 strike. That is going to not carry far enough, and 1 out already, so second baseman takes care of that very soft line drive.
oh,
Now batting number 6, third base, Haley
I've been
Warren.
relatively impressed with both defenses out here during this game. They've both done a really good job.
Haley Warren now, the second batter. Takes strike 1. 2 quick strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Able to hold off on that one. I thought she was going to take a swing.
Tell you what, those high ones, they are, I don't know, they're so hard to hold off.
That seems to be one of the hardest things for softball players to do.
Yeah.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Wow.
Tell you what, that's a
She's
tough
got a
one to
smile on
watch
her
right
face.
there, yeah.
That's the one where you're just kind of praying that it's going to go your way.
Yeah. New life here.
Foul ball.
Uh-oh.
Stays alive with that one.
Honestly, for I think the Rebels caught a little bit of a break there. That ball doesn't go off the bat. She's on first with the walk. Ooh.
Lines the ball foul down the left field line. It's always interesting to me when you watch. Didn't look terribly confident there when she started this at bat, and then she just lines it down the line.
Because that
It only takes 1 pitch, they always say.
yeah. And she had a nice cut on that
Nice
last one.
cut and solid right on the barrel.
Yeah.
And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Monarchs down to their last out, and it's going to be Claire Fountain attempting to keep this ball game going.
Now batting number 10.
I'll tell you though,
Claire
that's a
Fountain.
tough one for Warren. She had a really good at bat there and just couldn't finish it off.
Nice looking pitch there to start things off.
Unfortunately for the Monarchs too, this could be their last out of the tournament here.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. And the Monarchs down to that last strike. Grounder out to shortstop. High hopper. And that will do it. As the running Rebels hang on to defeat the OBS Monarchs by a score of 7-5. That last play, a close play. Fans from the Monarchs hoping for the call going their way. But good comeback by the Monarchs. They just didn't quite get her done. There's that last play out to the shortstop. Thought that high hop might give her time to get down the line, but a nice throw.
And hard to tell on that last one.
It was definitely a close play on that last play, but the
Was.
running Rebels gold, they got off to that great start and picking up 5 runs in that first inning and then 2 in the third for the Monarchs. Took them a while to get things going. They had 2 good innings in the middle of the ball game, but just came up a little bit short.
Yeah.
Your final comments on this game, Kevin?
Well, I'll tell you what, I think just kind of going off of what you just said, the running Rebels just started out fast and then, were able to hold on there at the end. But the Monarchs, I mean, first couple innings when you watch this, they just kind of seemed like they weren't really there.